Flamingo, Florida, in the Everglades National Park is one of those unique areas where, you know, all the water, fresh water that's inland in Florida, you know, some of it comes from Lake Okeechobee, other parts of it comes from the rainfall that falls in these vast expanses of sawgrass. And what happens is this fresh water kind of flows downhill, if you will, towards the coastal areas. When it flows through these vast expanses of sawgrass, you know, the sawgrass kind of filters out the sediments, and as it gets closer and closer to the coast, it goes around these things called hammocks, and hammocks are basic dry areas in this river of grass where the taller trees stand, and, you know, you see a lot of gators and things around those places. And then as it gets nearer and nearer the coast, it flows around these coastal prairies into river mouths and into saltwater marshes, and eventually makes its way into Florida Bay, which is saltwater. And what that creates is an estuarian environment. And an estuary basically is where the fresh inland waters meet the saltwater coastal waters. This mixing of water, what it does is that fresh water flows through the glades. You know, there's mangrove leaves that fall into the water, and there's, you know, all the mud that creates a very nutrient-rich food for all types of shrimp and crabs and small fish like mullet and other things that feed on this mud. Because of that amount of life, you know, you have lots of the birds that come down here to winter and feed off of this food source. And because of that food source is why the fishing is so good. That is one brazen bird there, bro.
I know it. They're usually very shy.
See you later, bro.
He's not too bothered by us.
He really is, and I can't believe how long he let us kind of poke along next time.
Not only that, he kept feeding.
He kept feeding, I know.
He's surprised if we don't catch a fish in here. Little current coming through there.
Right, just kind of funnels everything.
Little push just came down these trees here.
Left side?
Uh-huh. Good skip. One thing great about this baits.
Right, they skip a good ways. And they don't land with a big thud, you know. Guess what?
You got a nibble.
Snook 'em. What's funny is that you don't even, you know what I mean? You're like, you feel like you're out of it because you're so close to the boat.
Right. You give up. Because usually you are out of it. That's what's neat about the canoe.
Right. Hey, Snookums. Hello, little guy. Back here in your little home. Huh?
There you go, buddy.
There's a lot of different ways to fish flamingo. Some of the shorelines carry a little deeper water all the way up to the trees, and you can actually get in there by some of the larger boats we call skiffs, where you have a guy poling on a platform in the back and a guy in the front. And there's other areas that have such shallow water, and the shallow water extends for miles and miles and miles, that really the only way to fish it is either out of a flat-bottom boat, like a john boat, or a canoe. You get in a boat sometimes and you crank up the motor and you run, and because you're running fast, you know, a lot of times a lot of the very subtle nuances in the coastline or the fishing areas that you're around, you miss because you're zipping by them so fast. And because you're pulling so slowly in a canoe, you take almost everything in. You know, you look at the smallest little detail, you know, and you go by it at a speed that you can really stop and savor and enjoy, you know, where you are on your way to the next bay.
Can't see. Oh, there you go. See that? Oh, man. I almost looked red for a second.
You know, everything is so quiet and everything is so stealthy that, you know, all your movements are much less because you're in a canoe and you're standing up and it's kind of tippy, so you really got to try to keep your balance. And because of that, everything is very, very smooth and everything is very slow. And the neat thing about that is that because these canoes displace so little water, that you can actually creep up to some fish very, very close without alarming them. And you know, and that's really a neat way to fish because there's a combination of hunting involved. You know, you're kind of stealthing along the flat, very quietly poling, hunting for the fish that you're going to cast. See that? That's a fish right there.
Redfish.
Red. Oh no!
You can say the bait. Okay, here's the fish. See the big mud?
Yeah.
He's coming out of the mud.
I got it.
Coming to you.
I got him. I see him.
Got him? Pull left. Pull left. Get up there.
Got him.
There you go, Bubba.
All right. Amazing when that happens, huh?
Good job. Nice job.
Thanks, man. All right.
I tell you, it makes it a lot easier when you can see
When
him.
you can see him and you know you're dragging it in front of him. I mean, he didn't hesitate one iota when it came in front of him.
Well, with the cast, I mean, all you had to do was open his mouth. And
Right.
The jig was right there.
Right.
I'm gonna sit down.
You sit
And
there.
let you, so we don't end up swimming with him. Yeah, nice fish.
Nice fish is right.
Actually, he didn't look that big in the water.
No, huh?
You know, he looked smaller than
Right. This is wonderful. Let me tell you, man. You see him stick his head in the mud?
Yeah.
Poor guy. I think I'm going to sit down, too, so that both to savor the moment to not fall in.
He's got some extra spots.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Get out from there. Hello, Mr. Redfish. Easy does it, boy. Easy does it. Easy does it. Got him in a little bit fresh.
You slip your finger
Yeah.
up in his gill.
I got
Not
it.
in his
I
gill.
got it.
There you go. Nice fish, man. Look at the spot on,
I know,
on,
look at
on,
it.
on that side.
Is this a spot too? That's mud, I think.
Yeah,
There.
no, but on the one on the other side, on the clean side is really big, much bigger than normal.
Cool, man. All right, Mr. Redfish. Go back
Yeah,
to eating some fish there.
You know when a canoe's dragging, it's shallow.
Mm-hmm. We were fishing out of the Everglades in the canoe, and the reason we were using the canoe is because the water was very, very shallow. And because it was very shallow, we had to use, really kind of a modified lure. You didn't want a jig that was so heavy that it would sink into the mud. So what we did is we used a jig and soft tail combination. Okay, and we used a very specific kind of a jig head. This jig head type is called the skimmer, okay? And the reason for that is because it's kind of flat, and the hook turn is turned up. The hook eye is turned up, and that makes the lure ride upright, okay? It's flat on the bottom, so when it hits the bottom, it rests just like that, hook up. Okay, and what we would do with this is we would put a little rubber tail on it. We'd thread it through, bring it around. And get it up like that, okay? And what this did was give you a lure that even in that very shallow water, when it would hit, the little tail would flutter and the lure would land on the bottom. And then as you jigged it, the tail would wiggle and create a lot of, motion so that the fish could see it in that muddy water. And then you could hop it up, okay? And this tail kind of floats, so what would happen is you'd hop it up and the jig would fall kind of head down like this, lay a little bit, the tail would float up, and you could just the littlest twitch would make that tail move and kind of attract the fish to the lure that way. I was trying to throw it past him.
That wasn't a bad cat. Snook. Big Snook. Oh! You didn't want that one, did you? You know what? You got the cool part out of it.
You're absolutely right.
You gave it a departing wave.
After you get the bite and a few jumps, then that's all right.
That was a nice fish.
That was a nice fish.
You're not using rubber hooks, are you?
No. I mean, I think these are one of your jigs, actually.
Oh, okay. I can't say anything about the hook here.
Wrong side of it.
Yeah, you're moving fast. Go. Facing right. Feel it fast. You're way too far away from him. Go past him and just jig it right across his lips. You're that close? Just throw it over there by the trees.
Okay.
And just reel it up to him real fast.
Got it, okay.
Good. Check it.
Got him.
Yep. Good job, Bill.
Thanks, Bubba.
See how you just threw that over there?
Yeah, yep.
And then reeled it up to him?
Yep. Well,
Great
fishing
job.
in such a skinny water, I'm not used to having to overthrow that much,
Right.
Yeah. Red, isn't it?
Looks like it. Actually, when I saw him in the water, I thought it was a snook, but
I did too.
hey, he's spooking all the fish.
Oh, I'm sorry. Whatever you say, sir. I'll try to be quiet, all right, Mr. Redfish? Very, very
You
quiet.
know what's so neat? The canoe allows you to get so close. You get to see everything.
Absolutely everything. The lure coming to the fish,
Right, right.
the lure coming to the
You
fish.
you can almost even hear them. Oh,
Yeah.
You
Well, you can hear them. It's like a thunk almost.
yeah.
Yeah, well, Mr. Redfish.
He's got a big glob of mud on his head. He got mudded.
Yeah, we'll clean you up and make you pretty. He does it, guys. There we go. There we go. There we go.
Good job, buddy.
Thanks, Mama. He let me redeem myself. Look at how bronze they are back here, huh?
Yeah, this water, they get just like a penny.
Yes. Lovely.
Fish don't eat too well back there. He's
Yeah.
kind of thin, right?
Yeah. Oh, you get it in front. Their window is, I swear,
It's very small.
it's about this big from their eyes. All right, little guy, how you doing? All right? There you go. Good
Good
luck.
job, bud.
Another
Long distance high five. The mud inside
Yeah,
of
it's a
us.
definite mud, yep. I don't see the creature, but... So easy to get engrossed in that fishing so much that, you're so, you're looking at all the bird life and then you see a fish and you get so wrapped up in the fish and you cast the fish and you hook the fish that it's really easy to forget that there's things out there that eat other things.
Fish hit like right in there.
See him. You got it. All right. Wow. Tanker redfish, man. Tanker.
Looks like a redfish, only bigger.
That is a full-grown one.
I'm gonna sit down.
Yeah. Way to go, brother. Way to go.
You know what was cool? That I saw him slinking along there, and when he saw that thing,
Yeah.
it was like, boom.
Yeah, right.
Well, he got excited. I got excited too. Look at this alligator.
Oh, look at the gator. Look at the gator coming out.
He's getting excited too.
I think I'm going to pull backward.
If he charges,
Yeah.
just spin the boat around and bonk. Don't whack it like this. Just kind of bonk him with the pole.
Okay, gotcha.
And
I'll try not to fall in.
sorry, that's a thing. Yeah, just like straight at him, hit him on the head in case it doesn't hurt him. It just
Right.
lets them know that this is not their redfish.
I'm busy.
You watch that in, I'll watch this in.
All right,
I think we're getting close here, maybe.
hold on. I'm going to keep watching this gator now.
Yeah.
Okay, he's got fear in his eyes now.
Jose with the push pole.
Wow, Rob. Yikes.
That's a redfish there, Bubba.
Redfish in the bow, gator in the back.
What a fish, dude. That's one of the bigger redfish I've caught in a while.
That is a beaut.
And I think my cast was at least 8 feet from the bow.
Right. Oh, man, beautifully done.
I think he's happy, dude.
Swim away. Don't let Mr. Gator eat you. Good boy.
You know what? I think it's been at least 6 or 7 years since I was in the bow and caught a fish.
You're
in
kidding.
the canoe. In the
You're
canoe.
kidding me.
No.
Man.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome, Bubba.
That means a lot.
No, hey, listen, this is...
That was fun. That was a blast.
You fish pretty good, for a guide. You kind of slid it in there just right.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll tell you what. This is, I think, the most fun I've had in a long time.
Me too.
Okay, Mr. Gator, you can go back about your business now. He had lust in his eyes. You know what I mean?
That gator was wanted.
I could hear his stuff.